when Rock's now the leader of the nation and he's so charismatic and he's doing all this stuff, you and Godfather then needed your own thing, right? So Godfather naturally becomes a pimp.
Naturally, that's the next progression. You go from being Shango and Kama to pimp and hose. Yeah, natural step.
Natural. And then you got the head bob and the chest protector. Talk about those two things, how they became part of your act, and why they're so important.
Well, let's go back. When you're standing next to someone who's so charismatic, the spotlight is on him. If you're not careful, the spotlight will wash you out if you're just a plain Jane standing there. So Godfather and I know that we've got to reinvent ourselves. And we've got to kind of figure out something that's going to make us stand out and make people notice us, even more standing next to this guy who's now clearly is the next dude. And you can see it as clear as day. So for me, I go back to the movie Friday when Chris Tucker is standing on the porch and Debo comes riding up on his bike and the dude Red goes, my mama said I need my bike back. And that's when Debo uppercuts him. And Chris Tucker just going, you just got knocked the out. That's where the head shake came from. So I'm watching Friday. I see it. Don't think too much of it. The next night on Raw, Rocky's wrestling Ken Shamrock. And Rocky clothesline Ken Shamrock over the top rope. And I'm literally like on my hip. I can hear JR getting ready to pitch to commercial break. Now, we got to rewind back a year in my head because one of the big pieces of advice Ron Simmons gave me was if you find 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 2 minutes to stand out, make that your time. Stand out. So without thinking, as I hear JR going, oh my goodness, Ken Shamrock on the floor, and I can hear him pitching, I see the camera zoom on Ken Shamrock because we all know the image of the good guy laying there and the camera gets close up on him. And so I sneak around the cameraman. I get right over top of Ken Shamrock and go, you just got knocked the out! And boom, we go to commercial break. And I was like, oh, it was cool. And then my next thought was, I just said on national TV. Now, mind you, swearing on TV that it's unapproved is a $10,000 fine. Yes, $10,000. So I just said in the camera. And Vince is on the other side of the gorilla. And my first thought was, oh, my fiance's going to kill me. How am I going to explain $10,000? What am I going to do? Oh, my God. I'm so flustered, I don't remember the second half of the match. I'm like, oh, God, okay. What are we going to do? So, match ends. Boom. Rocky gets the win. Nation music, we bad. Sons of Gun, we bad. And walking up the nation, up the curtain. I walk through the curtain, and Rocky walks through. Now, when you walk through the curtain, there's 2 looks Vince will give you. Vince is always sitting by a monitor, and he'll look and he'll go. Or he'll go. You don't want the second one. So, walk through the curtain. Rock goes, Vince? Yeah, Rock, good. D-Lo? So, slowly walk over to him. And this is like, I'm a high school kid walking up to the principal's office at this point. I know I'm in trouble. And I go, and he goes, D-Lo, that thing you did with your head, keep doing it. I go, okay. And my first thought, I didn't hear a damn thing he said other than I wasn't getting fined. I was like, okay. And in my mind, I'm going, I'm not getting fined. And as I walk and I'm leaving, I'm like, the euphoria of not getting fined, then it dawns on me. I was like, I just did something. And now, Vince has looked at a different connotation today than he is back then. But he's the star maker. And my thought was, I just did something that piqued his curiosity. So if it piqued his curiosity, then the fans noticed it too. I was like, I think I got something here. So then I'm doing the head shake every time I can. I'm like, oh, okay, get it up, get it going. And then I'm walking to the ring and I'm doing the head shake, and it's hard to do the head shake as you're walking. It's like chewing gum and rubbing your belly at the same time. It just doesn't work. So now I've got to find a way to almost bob my head to the music as I'm walking to the ring, and this is where the strut comes from. So now I find myself shaking my head and strutting like a peacock, and I'm walking to the ring. But as I'm experimenting with this, more and more people are noticing me. And the first day I knew the head shake really worked is we, as Attitude Era had signs. We need to bring back signs in wrestling. So there's signs out there, Austin 316 and we love puppies. Yes, they actually did that. And then I look and I see this little kid, and it's got a drawing of me, very much like this picture right here. It's got a drawing of me wearing the chest protector, and I've got my arms out like this. And you see it's got a head on the top. And I go, that's cool. And then the kid goes, D'Lo! And he starts moving the thing in the back, and the head's going. And it was at that moment I realized the head shake and the strut was doing what I wanted to do. It was giving and putting attention on me. And when you see that, then the rule in wrestling is when you find something that works, you don't question it. All you do is turn the volume up on it. So that's when I go from straining my neck to almost breaking my neck to, okay. And that's the birth of the head shake.
And what about the chest protector?
The chest protector, I give all credit to Jim Ross. I thought the chest protector was the dumbest idea on the planet. I thought it was stupid. I thought people were going to make fun of me. So I walk into catering, and JR's sitting there. He goes, D'Lo, come here, sit down. And JR's the head of talent relations, so if he calls you over, you go over there. And he goes, D'Lo, you're a talented young wrestler. He goes, well, what separates you from all the other talented young wrestlers in the locker room? And I go, I'm thinking to myself, nothing, I'm just me. And he goes, I got an idea. There was an old wrestler named Mike Sharp who had broke his arm. And after that, he would wear a brace on his arm and use it as an illegal object to beat people. So JR goes, your finish is the frog splash. What if we hurt your chest and we put something on you and we cover you up, but it's an illegal object. So when you hit the frog splash, you're cheating to win, but since it's protecting you, they can't complain about it. People will get mad. And to JR, I'm going, in my head, I'm going, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. What the is he this old man thinking in his head is his chest protector. What the is he thinking? Pull the Jim Cornette there. So I go, yeah, Jared, let me think about it. And I walk away thinking, I hope he forgets about that tomorrow. I hope that's just a one-off. So the next day at SmackDown tape, and he goes, D'Lo, what do you think about the idea I mentioned to you yesterday? I'm still mulling around there, JR. Please forget about this. It's stupid. It's dumb as hell. So I go home and I'm mad as hell. I go home that week. It's Wednesday. I fly home. There's my damn ex-wife again. Wish it was Ahmed Johnson, but there was my ex-wife. And I'm mad, and I tell her what's going on. I'm like, they're going to make fun of me. They're going to call me stupid. They're going to call me every names. And next to rag, this is the next most important thing she ever said. She says, hun, if it's a bad idea and you don't try it, it's your fault for not trying it. But if it's a stupid idea and it fails, it's just a stupid idea. But if you don't do it, the fault's on you. And I go, why do you got to be right? So I immediately call JR and I go, JR, I'll do the chest protector. Let's go. let's go. So they immediately, the seamsters start building it. And the chest protector, full disclosure, you know the foam pillows that we had as kids that are like couch cushions? That was in the chest protector. So it was just material, foam pillow material. The wrestling. So they build it for me, and it's Rocky's wrestling Ken Shamrock. I do everything against Ken Shamrock. So Rocky's wrestling Ken Shamrock again, and the spot is for Rocky to distract the ref, and I just gotten hurt on TV 2 weeks earlier, and I come running down, and I have the chest protector on. I climb to the top rope and hit the frog splash. Right? So as I'm running, I can see people noticing me because everybody, okay, and they see me and they're like, what's he wearing? And I go, here we go. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna be embarrassed. So I run, and I hear people are yelling at me, what is that on you? What do you got? He's gonna cheat. And I'm like, oh, they're not that. They're smart. They know what's going on. So I climb to the top rope, and as I climb up, I look down and I frog splash off. And very similar sound to that of the stunner on top of the car. The crowd goes, woof! And as I hit, I go, oh, we have something here. And immediately I jump off and I roll off and I'm running to the back. And they're like, you cheater! And I'm going, yes! They're not making fun of me. They know what I'm doing. And it was from that moment on, the chest protector became not a burden. The chest protector didn't become a hindrance. It became the greatest thing that ever happened to my career. And here it is 30 years later. And you think about the context of how many wrestlers have come and gone. And 30 years later, people still ask me about the chest protector and how cool it was. And why didn't someone think of it sooner? And I owe it all to Jim Ross and my ex-wife. Owe it all to Jim Ross for suggesting it, and it's the greatest thing that ever happened to my character because now it gave me something that separated me from everyone else in the roster and made me unique.